Nigga like me, man, I love the game. I love the hustle, man. I be feeling like one of them ball-playing niggas, you know? Like Bird or Magic or something. Yeah, you know, a nigga got dough. A nigga could leave the league. But if I leave, the fans still gonna love me, man? I get love out here in Harlem, man. That's my gift in life, eh? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1,
This is the block. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm out here. We slinging cards. I'm on the block right here. Let's go. Like, we slinging cards. You know, this is my competition. We're on the block. There's all niggas over there. This is my life. From the corners to the tables. All right, y'all. Y'all hit the like button. Y'all drop y'all city in the chat. Let me know where you at. Drop your city in the chat. Let me know where you at. I got a video that is going to get a lot of people upset. And I didn't say it. A woman said it. And we're going to have a conversation about it because when I first watched it, I had mixed thoughts about it. So drop your city in the chat. Let me know where you at. What's going on? Bump TY5X. What's up? What's up? What's up, Brown Sugar? Drop your city in the chat. Let me know where you at. Hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button. We got a lot to talk about. Let's just get straight to it. Where's the video? All right, here we go. What do y'all think about what this woman says?
With me.
Oh, shit.
So the beep is, you know, dudes can't deal with me. So listen.
9 to 5 can't deal with me.
Oh, shit.
Oh, yeah. 9 to 5 dudes can't deal with me.
9 to 5 can't deal with me.
Oh, shit.
Why do you say that?
I need somebody to be like, yo, sit down and shut up for a second.
I'm gonna ask some girl, please.
Please?
If you don't mind.
You don't think 9 to 5 guys can be like assertive?
I personally won't take you seriously.
Just because he's a 9 to 5?
Yeah.
But what if he's an ex-con that now works a 9 to 5?
If you're like hood affiliated, I'll listen.
Honestly, you know what you're looking for. You're not gonna be like, oh, okay, maybe I could deal with a 9 to 5 dude, and then you're just having a boring Monday to Friday, and you're like,
It's not even about boring, because like I'm a boring person. I like boring a lot.
Girl, it don't sound like you
No,
like
I like boring a lot. I like boring a lot. I gotta
can't-
know that you've been through something. I'm not trying to like diss the 9 to 5s at all.
No,
Like,
this is just you. Your
yeah,
take.
this is me. This is my preference. Like I just like a to be rough.
What if he works a 9 to 5, but he's a crash out?
9 to 5 with an anger issue?
He's a good guy, but he's a regular guy. He just has some things going on in his head that'll
his
send him
head?
to jail.
Yes, this is live. Yes, this is live. We are live.
I don't want to deal with the things going on. at
He's
his
fighting
house, though, I'm not
demons?
gonna lie. I don't want no fighting demons. I'm too old for that. She's like, girl, I'm not following.
Okay.
So what do y'all think about that? A 9 to 5 man isn't assertive enough. She says a 9 to 5 man cannot tell her to sit down and be quiet. I put this video in my stories yesterday, and I got a very interesting reaction. I dropped this story in my stories, and somebody said, "Yo, she actually thinks she's charming. What a loser!" Right? And I said, I actually agree with her, right? And he said, I disagree with the fact that she has to be told to be quiet. Obviously, that's the kind of person she is, but I think that's going to disqualify her from a lot of suitors because she is combative, right? Never mind not having typical desirable feminine appeal, you know, I guess by, you know, what she had on. What do you agree with her about? And I said, women need to be told to sit down and be quiet sometimes. And women are aware that women need to be told to be quiet and sit down sometimes. And that's the part I agree with. Now, the 9 to 5 thing, I needed to get an understanding of, but there is no doubt that every woman needs to be sat down and told to be quiet in certain times of her life. Every day on a normal basis? No. So I'm not talking about a sexy red or some goofy woman. I'm just saying women, fall out of their shell sometime and start spazzing out, start acting stupid or whatever. And it takes a man to be like, yo, if you don't sit your ass down somewhere, what's wrong with you? And she gonna sit down. So that part right there, do y'all agree with or do y'all not agree with? And then we'll get to the 9-to-5 thing, because it's two parts of this, in my opinion. It's to earning the right to tell a woman to sit down, and do women need to be told to sit down sometimes? That's one thing. And then we'll talk about the 9-to-5 versus entrepreneur or hood dude in a second. What's up, Tanya? What's up, Melissa? So what do y'all think about that first part? We'll get to the next thing. So I'm gonna play it again, and I want to hear from y'all in the comments. Do women need to be told to sit down and be quiet every now and then? And she needs to be with a man that has the ability to tell her to sit down and be quiet without her looking at you, looking at you like, who you think you're talking to? Because that's the thing. If you tell your woman to sit down and be quiet, is she gonna look at you like, who the fuck you think you're talking to? You know what I'm saying? That's what she's saying. She's not saying she wants a crazy dude. She wants a dude that has the ability to tell her to sit down and be quiet. So let's play it again and let me know what y'all think in the comments. Let's go.
9-to-5 can't deal with me.
Oh,
Why do you say that?
I need somebody to be like, yo, sit down and shut up for a second.
I'm gonna ask some girl, please.
Please?
So you don't think 9-to-5 guys can be like assertive?
I personally won't take you seriously.
Just because he's a 9-to-5?
Yeah.
But what if he's an ex-con that now works a 9-to-5?
If you're like hood affiliated, I'll listen.
Honestly, you know what you're looking for. You're not gonna be like, oh, okay, maybe I could deal with a 9-to-5 dude, and then you're just having a boring Monday to Friday, and you're like,
It's not even about boring, because like I'm a boring person. I like boring a lot.
Girl, it don't sound like you
No,
like
I like
boring.
boring a lot. I like boring a lot. I gotta know that you've been through something. I'm not trying to like diss the 9-to-5s at all.
No,
Like,
this is just you. Your
yeah,
take.
this is me. This is my preference. Like I just like a to be rough.
What if he works a 9-to-5, but he's a crash out?
9-to-5 with an anger issue?
He's a good guy, but he's a regular guy. He just has some things going on in his head that'll set.
Thank you. Thank you, Camel Exports. I copped the Deeper Discussions card game. Good shit. Thank you. I appreciate that.
And I don't want to deal with the things going on.
He's fighting demons.
I'm not gonna lie.
So if y'all are listening, she don't want to deal with a crazy dude. She don't want to deal with no abusive dude. She don't want to deal with nobody that is erratic, and she's a boring type of girl. So if that's the case, why do you think she wants a dude to be able to tell her to sit down and be quiet then? It's
9-to-5 can't deal.
I want to know if y'all can hear it, if y'all can see it, because even the people in the video don't even get it. The people in the video don't even get it.
with me.
oh,
Why do you say that?
I need somebody to be like, yo, sit down and shut up for a second.
I'm gonna ask some girl, please.
Please?
And you see the other girl laughed. So she probably feels the same way, because why did she laugh? How is she going to be having a disagreement with this woman with what she just said? And a guy said, well, I'll ask you, please, and her laugh, because she thinks the same way. You know why? Because all women think the same way in this regard.
So you don't think 9-to-5 guys can be like assertive?
I personally won't take you seriously.
So can 9-to-5 guys be assertive? We'll talk about this later, but keep that part in your pocket. And she said, I'm not going to really, respect you. And we're going to talk about why. And this is no slight on 9-to-5 guys, but it's a mentality that she's talking about.
Just because he's a 9-to-5?
Yeah.
But what if he's an ex-con?
See, he's trying to make it seem like he needs to be violent, an ex-con or just got out of prison or axe murderer. No, it's not even about that. None of these people on this podcast understand this woman. Hence, one of the reasons that's a problem.
That now works a 9 to 5.
If you're like hood affiliated, I'll listen.
Honestly, you know what you're looking for. You're not gonna be like, oh, okay, maybe I could deal with a 9 to 5 dude, and then you're just having a boring Monday to Friday, and you're like,
It's not even about boring, because like I'm a boring person. I like boring a lot.
Girl, it don't sound like you
No, I like boring a lot.
All right, so let's break this down. Let's break this down because I think this is important for everybody to understand. Like I said, somebody asked me like, yo, what's wrong with this woman? Da, da, da. And I said, I agree with her, right? So this is my answer to this guy. I said, women need to be told to sit down, and they want to be told to sit down. Put a 1 in the chat if you agree. Put a 2 in the chat if you disagree. I'll say it again. Women want to be told to sit down somewhere, and they want to be told to be quiet every now and then. Put a 1 in the chat if you agree. Put a 2 in the chat if you disagree. Fellas, I'm about to teach y'all something. Everybody put a 1 in the chat if you agree. Put a 2 in the chat if you disagree. So let's break this whole thing down, because a lot of guys just do not understand women at all. So a woman needs to know if you have the ability to tell somebody to sit down. See, it's not, remember, she said, hold on. She said a guy that's hood affiliated right here.
It's not even about boring, because like I'm a boring person. I like,
maybe I could deal with a 9 to 5 dude, and then you're just having a boring Monday to Friday, and you're like,
it's not
A 9 to 5.
if you're like hood affiliated, I'll listen.
See, right there. If you like hood affiliated, I listen. Here's the reason why. And I'm going to make this as an example. So this is a small example, and we'll get into it. Everybody hit the like button. 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 All right, check this out. And think about my words in this video. Watch this.
Speaking as a father, one, me and my kid, my youngest daughter, we got kicked out of kindergarten. Literally, we couldn't come back because I went in there and acted the fool because there was something going on with the bottles when my daughter was a child, like a baby, and I was like, what the hell is going on? And I was a little too extra, and they felt, like I was and literally did not let us back in the kindergarten. We had they didn't let you back. And she had to go. You had the training on her. She just got from the school. They kicked my baby out also. Like, she could not be a part of kindergarten. No kindergarten. Not just that in one. The state? No kindergarten. Damn. What the fuck did you do? I went in there about to fight them folks because of my daughter. Okay, but the thing about it is, just like my dad wasn't always in my life, but this is what's important for anybody listening. For the first 5 to 7 years.
All right, this is what is important for you to listen to. Listen right here. Me and my kid got kicked out of kindergarten, right? Watch this.
Of a child's life is the most important time to, as a man, to be around your child when they don't even know who you are, because they have to learn who you are as a child as their neurons are forming. And that's what my children was able to see, because
watch this. Watch this. Watch this.
Because I was around acting a fool when they was a baby. They sitting there like in the basket, I'm like going off on folks. And children was able to see because I was around acting a fool when they was a baby. They sitting there like in the basket, I'm like going off on folks. And even though they didn't know what was going on, they just like, yo, this person is advocating for me, and they got a deep voice. And
so listen, this person is advocating for me.
They just like, yo, this person is advocating for me, and they got a deep voice, and they going off on other people. So when it comes to discipline, when daddy comes home, they see what daddy be doing to other people. They sit their asses down when I come home because they see daddy out of the world. 'Cause 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 they
Listen.
So when it comes to discipline, when daddy comes home, they see what daddy be doing to other people. They gonna sit their asses down when I come home because they see daddy out of the world. You know what I'm saying? So just speaking.
So do y'all now understand what the woman was saying? Because this is the same shit.
Deep voice, and they going off on other people. So when it comes to discipline, when daddy comes home, they see what daddy be doing to other people.
Does that make any sense, y'all? When daddy comes home, they see what daddy be doing to other people, so they gonna sit their ass down and shut up. So that is what the woman means when she said, if he's hood affiliated, she'll listen, because this man has the ability to tell other people to sit down and be quiet. Therefore, he can tell me to sit down and be quiet. That's what she's saying. It's not about a dude that's a thug or a dude that's out in jail or fresh out of jail, something like that, or a dude that's a convict. No. If you have the ability to lead other people, whether it's your family, kids, other men, other women, whatever. If other people outside of this household listen to you, i.e., with her example, hood affiliated, other people listen to him, he's able to tell other people to sit down and shut up. She'll sit down and shut up. And that's really it. See, as a man, and I say this all the time, your job as a man is to be able to lead other people in a positive way before you get with the woman. You have to be in practice of leading other people. You can't just get with a woman and just start being the leader of her. Who else have you led before me, sir? And if you have no resume of leading another soul, she ain't gonna let you lead her, because it doesn't make any sense. Because where are your analytics? Who have you been leading? Who have you told to sit down and be quiet before me? No woman wants to be the first person that you told to sit down and be quiet. And if she consents to the fact that you don't do this in your normal life, she ain't gonna sit down and be quiet for you. And that is very important, y'all. So no, the woman don't want no crazy thug or nothing. No, that's not what
deal with me.
Oh shit.
Why do you say that?
I need somebody to be like, yo, sit down and shut up for a second.
I'm gonna ask some girl, please.
Please?
Yo, sit down and be quiet. And that's really simple. So let me play this to give y'all a little extra understanding of why this is and why women need. We're going to talk about the 9 to 5 in a second, but I want to talk about the psychology of telling a woman to sit down and be quiet, and she's sitting down and be quiet.
Is not looking. A woman is not looking for a lover. She's looking for a father. You are your wife's father. All the way back in Abraham time, even today, when you get married, you stand at the altar. She's coming down the aisle with her father. So there's two fathers in the house. One waiting and one bringing. Father who bringing, he gonna soon release her to another father. So the Bible says a man leaves his father, but it never says a woman leaves.
Never.
A woman
leaves.
never leaves.
Never leaves.
Read the Bible. The woman never leaves her father. Why? Because she just changes fathers. He turns her over to you and says, pick up where I left off, son. You are the father of your wife.
So I say all the time, women are children. To a certain degree, we have to father our women. So imagine you're a child and not your woman. Say there's a boogeyman in the closet. You're not going to hit your child with logic and say, well, statistics show there are no boogeymans in closets. No, you're going to go in there and be like, wait, what? a boogeyman, not my baby. And you're going to act like there's a boogeyman in the closet, fight the boogeyman, or kiss her and tuck her in the bed, and then everything's okay. And she's going to feel loved and acknowledged. You have to somewhat do the same thing with your woman. If she says somebody at work is a bitch or whatever, you got to be like, what? She a bitch? You want me to go up there and slap her? You got to jump in her world with her and fight the monster like you're the hero.
This is the first time I'm gonna concede to the women or children from that analogy, because that is exactly what I was
so good. I think that was good.
He's like, no,
Mr. Let Go come to the job and he gonna drag them hoes.
See, Mr. Let Go come to the job and drag them hoes for, right? So they said, yeah, Mr. Let Go is going to come to my job and drag them hoes. A woman wants to be with a man that she believes that will come to her job and drag everybody if they mess with her. That's what it is. It's all about the fact that my man is my protector, but you have to prove that you can protect me, because just because you're a man does not mean you're a protector. So it's about protecting. And when you see that your man is able to protect you by what he does out in the world, protecting other people or actively doing certain things in the community, now she's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna sit down. So I'm gonna show y'all something. Watch this. You've been around me before, right? Mm-hmm. If for whatever reason you're next to me or we're out and you start talking and I'm like, hey, sit down. Are you gonna sit down or you gonna be like, who are you talking to?
I'm gonna sit my ass down. I'm gonna sit down. But I think that's because, like, I've been around you before. I know how you are. I feel safe around you. Like, you know, we have had fun being out with people, and I know I'm okay. Like, I know I'm good. You know, so that's why I'm gonna sit my ass down.
On a scale of 1 to 10, sitting your ass down is 10, and talking shit, be like, you can't tell me nothing, is 1.
9. 9.5. I'm a 10, baby.
Okay, 9, 10.
I'm at a cool 8.5.
So we got a group of women on here that is okay with sitting their asses down somewhere?
Baby, put me in the dungeon, baby. Put me in the dungeon. Lock me up.
I think that a lot of the times people forget that women out here are working hard and going after things based off of.
And they want to be told to sit their asses down. Do y'all see this? So y'all be thinking I'm crazy.
Necessity and not desire, right? Our natural state, our innate desire is to want to be the helpmate, want to be the helpmate, want to be that person that is feminine in our feminine.
And when you accept being the helpmate, means the person that is over you is going to tell you to sit down somewhere and you're going to sit your ass down.
But it's the world that makes us masculine because we got to be out here. We got bills to pay. But I don't think that's most women's natural desire.
So I say all the time, women are children to a certain. So of course you've seen this already. So this is hold on a second. Check this out.
About 6 years, and you have been so consistent. Anytime you see me in public.
See, this is anytime you see me in public. And me and Donnie, we just did tonight's conversation, and I protected her Saturday night.
You make sure I'm good. You're always asking if I need anything. If you see my hands full, you'll relieve that. If I'm about to.
See, it's not about telling somebody what to do. It's about making sure that the person is okay. And when a woman gets to the point where she knows no matter what's going on, I'm going to be okay. When I say sit down, you're going to sit down. Let me tell you an example of what happened. Nothing happened, but just an example. That woman right there, Donnie, right? This woman here. We were at a bar, at a club. All of us, after tonight's conversation, we went to a club. We turning up. We having a great time. Everybody drinking. Everybody eating wings and shit, right? And we about to leave, right? So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna leave the same time y'all. Her homegirl was about to leave, right? I was like, all right, I'll leave because I'm about to leave too, right? So she said, okay, cool. She putting her jacket on, and a chick stops me, and I have a full-blown conversation with the woman, right? So me and the woman is talking or whatever, right? I literally just hold my hand up while she's talking, while I'm talking to her. So I'm talking whatever. I'm going like this. She's like, why you got your hand up? I was like, to let let them know not to go nowhere. I was just like this. Da-da-da-da-da-da. She's like, why your hand is up? Because my hand being up tells Donnie to not leave. Because in her mind, she might be like, oh, well, maybe he decided not to walk me to my car and I'll just leave. Me putting my hand up is telling her, because when she looks around like, where's Aaron? She's going to see my hand up and she's going to like, oh, there you go. Does that make sense? So there's no there's no talking. So me and this woman is talking. We flirting or whatever. We having a full-blown conversation. Donnie ready to go. To let Donnie know not to leave without me, I just raise my hand, and as long as she see my hand up, she knows to stay. So I'm talking or whatever, and then when I get done talking to her, now we walk out. Because she knows not to move until I say move. And Donnie is not my girl. She just knows whenever we're around each other, I'm the person that, you listen to.
To leave an establishment. Daytime, night.
See, right here. It happened last night at the club.
If you see my hands full, you'll relieve that. If I'm about to leave an establishment, daytime, nighttime, doesn't matter. You are walking me to my car. I have told you plenty of times, like, oh no, I'm good. I can handle it. And you're like, whenever I'm present,
you sit down.
You sit down and I got you.
There's been times where I've yelled across a room. It'll be a room full of people, right? And I see you with your purse.
Last night, it was a room full of people. I don't have to say Donnie. All I got to do is raise my hand and she knows what to do. Room full of people last night. Well, Saturday night.
Where you going? No. Wait until I come back.
Yes.
Stop.
Yes.
Literally. And you'll be like, okay.
Yes. And there's even been situations, I remember a few years ago, and I went live. I ended up going live on Instagram because I thought I was going to have to defend myself.
So this is what the girl is saying about the hood dude. I'm not a hood dude, but there's certain women that I care about. And if it's a problem, I'm going to pull up, right? So do you as a man have the ability to tell other people to sit their asses down before you can tell your girl to sit her ass down?
And Aaron was the first man. I was in a whole relationship at that time. You were the first man that called my phone and was about that action. Where are you?
Where the address at?
Where we at? What we doing? And I've just always respected you for that. You were consistent in that way.
How long have I been protecting you?
A long time, but
I protected you when your man was in the same building.
Yes, you did.
So what are you talking about?
However, that's not the norm. You know what I mean? Many women don't have.
Imagine you're a child.
Sit your ass down.
So I
will.
Okay, I did that. But
you will. You told me. Sit your ass down.
So with the women in the chat, they have already said because they put a 1 in the chat. The women watching, they have told you when they put the 1 in the chat, they said they want a man to be able to tell her to sit her ass down, but he has to be able to earn that though. You got to earn that right, because it can't no just random dude say sit your ass down and she gonna sit down. No. Thank you so much for the super sticker, Melissa. Appreciate you. But does this make sense thus far? And now we want to get into the 95 stuff. We're about to get into the 95 stuff. Are 95 men less assertive? That's what we're about to talk about next. Are 95 men less assertive? So right now, put a 1 in the chat if you understand and agree with what I've said thus far about a man telling a woman to sit their ass down. Put a 1 in the chat if you agree and understand, and then we'll move on to the 95 part. Because a lot of people are mad at the 95 stuff. Put a 1 in the chat if you understand and agree with what I'm talking about as far as women want a man to be able to tell her to sit her ass down, but it mainly has a lot to do with, does he have the ability to tell other people to sit their ass down? All right, so y'all see ones. We got ones. All right, so I'm not crazy. All right, so now let's go into the 9 to 5 stuff. Are 9 to 5 men less assertive than entrepreneurs? And in the chat, real quick, Let's do a poll. Say yes or no. Are 9-to-5 men less assertive than entrepreneurial men? Just in your opinion, before we even get started. Are 9-to-5 men less assertive than entrepreneurial men? Yes or no? Just your guess. Yes or no. All right. So let's get to it.
Deal with me.
Oh,
Why do you say that?
I need 9-to-5 can't deal with me.
Oh,
Why do you say that?
I need somebody to be like, yo, sit down and shut up for a second.
I'm gonna ask a girl, please.
Please?
So you don't think 9-to-5 guys can be like assertive?
I personally won't take you seriously.
Just because he's a 9-to-5?
Yeah.
But what if he's an ex-con?
Okay. So a lot of y'all said no. 9-to-5 men are not less assertive than entrepreneurial men. Fine. No, fair enough. And there's no wrong answer. I'm not going to sit here and say, yeah, because it doesn't really matter. It's just a question to ask. Okay. So let's break this down. A woman needs to know that you've been through something. We're talking about 9-to-5 men and entrepreneurial men. All right. A woman needs to know that you've been through something. Have you ever took a loss or struggled and were able to get it all back without asking if anybody is hiring? That part right there. Have you ever, as a man, took a loss or struggled and were able to get it all back without asking, is anybody hiring? Because guess what? For the average 9-to-5 man, how he lives is conducive to him working for somebody. I'll say it again. A 9-to-5 man only can live in conjunction to who is willing to hire him. Does that make sense? A 9-to-5 man is only capable a 9-to-5 man's life is only conducive to who's willing to hire him. Think about this. What if nobody's hiring? What if Mr. 9-to-5, you got a boyfriend and y'all been together for 2 years, everything's been great, right? And he loses his good job and nobody's hiring. What is he going to do? What is that man going to do if he loses his job and absolutely nobody is hiring? What is he going to do? I'm asking y'all, what is a 9-to-5 dude going to do? I'm going to give y'all a second because I want to know the answer. What is a 9-to-5 dude going to do if nobody is hiring? Because this is a very important question. God damn it. Let's see what y'all say. Somebody says selling ass. Yo, turn into a dog. How are you going to turn into a dog and ain't nobody hiring? See, some people can only turn into a dog when there's a leash or something. Hold on 1 second, y'all. All right. Where's the video? Hold on a second. I'm looking for the video. All right, you know what? I'm going to play this video real quick. And we're going to come back. Become an entrepreneur. Become an entrepreneur create a job for himself. How? Establish your own. How? This is a real life question. How? How? I want to know how. How do you spell entrepreneur? Entrepreneur. I'm asking y'all, this is a valid question because this is important. See, and there's nothing wrong with 9 to 5 people. And there's 9 to 5 people that make more money than me or anybody else. But it's a mentality. It's a mentality. It's a mentality. You cannot become an entrepreneur and actually start making money because you haven't established yourself yet. So how are you just going to become an entrepreneur and you're broke? You need money to invest into your entrepreneurship. You need an idea. You got to get a trademark for the product. Learn a new skill. No. How you going to learn a new skill? Your kids got to eat. Hold on. So let me give y'all the scenario again because apparently y'all didn't understand the scenario. I'm going to ask y'all a scenario again. I said, what if you're with a 9 to 5 man, he loses his job, and nobody is hiring? How is y'all or are y'all going to pay the bills? 9 to 5 man is just going to be sitting there looking stupid because nobody's hiring. Let me play this real quick.
On the corner to at the table.
How have I been selling the cards?
Oh, he's been using people's thirst.
So I got the water. People are like, oh, shit, let me get a water. No. No. Buy a card game. Buy a book. So right there, I use water. You see the line of water right there? I use water as a way to attract more people to my particular table because I am in competition with Cheyenne Bryant had a table right next to me, and I am competing with Dr. Cheyenne Bryant, and Dr. Cheyenne Bryant is more popular than me, and she's going to have more people coming to her table versus mine. So I put water, I line water up at my table. And this is an entrepreneurial thing. I line water up, and then people are saying, hey, can I get a water? No, you got to buy a card game. Now they're at my table. So now I got their attention because they want some water. Guess what? I'm like, well, check out my card game, check out my book, check out my t-shirts, check out my hoodies. And they're like, oh, okay, see this over here. Okay, I'll buy a shirt. And then boom, now you get a water. 9 to 5 men don't think like that.
You went from on the corner to at the table.
How have I been selling the cards?
Oh, he's been using people's thirst.
So I got the water. People are like, oh, shit, let me get a water. No. No. Buy a card game. Buy a book. See, that's a way, because the thing about it is, like I said, it was plenty of people at the show buying stuff. But I got to compete with the other people selling the stuff. So no matter how many people are at the show buying stuff, how am I going to get them to buy my stuff? You know what I'm saying? So back to this. So as a 9 to 5 man, if there are no people hiring, how are you going to feed your family? The answer is you're not. You're not. Yeah, you're gonna get an unemployment check. There you go. Layla said it. You're gonna live off your unemployment check until somebody hires you. You got to depend on the government until somebody can hire you. Did you have a label around the water? You used the improvising skills. What do you mean, a label around the water? No, I all they needed was some water. I don't need all the other stuff. hold on, right? What is this? It? Yeah, here it is. So this is a little bit more about my table, because I want to show y'all what it looks like to hustle. I think it's important for more men to hustle or to have the hustle in them. This is the block. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm out here. We slinging cards. I'm on the block right here. Let's go. Like, we slinging cards. You know, this is my competition. So that's Cheyenne's table right there. That's Demetrius' table and Trill AC table down there. So I'm competing with all these folks. You know what I'm saying? But how do I get them to come to my table? You know, this is my competition. We're on the block. There's all niggas over there. This is my life. From the corners to the tables. So the thing about it is, it's nothing wrong with a 9-to-5 worker. I'm not saying anything bad about a 9-to-5 worker, but just understand, if you're dating a guy that has a 9-to-5 job, if things go crazy, like in 2008, do y'all remember what 2008 looked like? 2008 was crazy. I was a 9-to-5 worker back then. So in 2008, I was a 9-to-5er. I learned my freaking lesson. Nobody was hiring. When I say nobody, I mean nobody. Nobody was hiring. And I'm sitting here like, yo, what am I going to do? Guess what? I was resourceful. So in 2008, the country fell apart and I got fired simply because they were laying people off and they wanted to fire as many people so they wouldn't have to pay the people they wouldn't have to pay you, because if you get laid off, you get unemployment. But if you get fired, you just out of luck. I was out of luck, right? There was no jobs. I mean, 0 jobs, no jobs. I tapped into my resourcefulness and I knew somebody that was moving furniture. A 9-to-5 man is not going to jump on no truck moving no goddamn furniture. So I knew somebody that had a furniture moving business. So I already knew how to move furniture because, you know, I have a certain amount of resourcefulness. So I knew how to move furniture. So I hit him up and I was like, yo, let's go. And he was like, all right, cool. So I started moving furniture until I could figure my shit out. He had a contract with Sears and some furniture stores. And I got how I lived. And I was good. This was before Uber. Uber came out in like 2012 or something. So that is what that woman meant. And that is what other women are looking for. A man that has resources or a man that is resourceful. Because can you think outside of the box as a man and make something happen? Because sometimes there literally aren't any jobs out there. And how you gonna pay your bills if nobody's hiring? You got to figure that shit out. What kind of hustle do you have in you? If things go bad, she gonna look at you for direction, and you're gonna look back at her for direction. And then a lot of people may say, well, that's what your girl for, and she can pick up the slack. No, it ain't no slack. There's no slack. So let me play this.
The partner's income impact your view.
Check this out. Everybody hit the like button. Everybody hit the like button. Everybody hit the like button.
First one is, how much does a partner's income impact your view of long-term compatibility? We're gonna start with the lady.
I would say, as long as you can sustain yourself, that's good enough for me.
Boo.
Don't start.
So here's the actual problem with sustaining yourself. Mm-hmm. When you get with another person, we have to get out of our own realm of just self-sustaining. Mm-hmm. Because now you just added another person to your life. On top of that, y'all gonna have a baby together. So now you gotta sustain the baby. What I'm saying is, the self-sustainability is a bad mindset to begin a relationship with. That's what I'm saying. Everybody is having unprotected sex without being married.
You think that the only way you qualify to be in a fruitful relationship is if you have the money attached to the irresponsible sex that you were talking about?
Yes, because it's attached to the irresponsible sex.
I was having raw sex with a woman on birth control. You said that was irresponsible
But
sex.
birth control isn't always 100%. So in a sense, it kind of is irresponsible. Because if you think about it from a different perspective, if you really do not want to have a child, you having birth control, condom sex, like you're taking all precautions.
Right.
So it's like you 1 foot in and you 1 foot out. But I do feel like you kind of being a little irresponsible. Listen, gang, I'm with you.
No,
I don't use either.
No.
I don't use either.
I just want to
Hold on, I'm gonna get to this in a second. Let's keep going on with this video first.
sex. Running around is crazy.
Control is
So the thing about it is, having unprotected sex is irresponsible. And if you're waiting on your woman to make all the decisions for you because she's on birth control, to a certain degree, you're not necessarily leading your household, because all your lady have to do is stop taking birth control. And now she done blew up the whole situation. And that's kind of like what's happening right here.
Huh? What type of birth control is she on? And don't say the pill.
The doctor gave her. I don't know.
You don't even know.
You don't even know. You sit here. I'm irresponsible. Hold on, time out. Birth control. And you like, oh, okay.
And this is exactly how men end up looking stupid and got 2 kids by his girlfriend, and they living together and they sitting around looking stupid. Like, you know what I'm saying? So let's look at this.
To do with why men are saying they don't want to marry Black women, because Black women are requiring them to be more competitive and they want to be stagnant. They want to be stagnant and they want to be stagnant. What is the negative response we get for saying we want Black men to make more money? Why is it such a, why you want us to make more money? Y'all don't want more money?
It's not that it's a problem. I'll give you an example. I met a woman who said, she's like, yeah, I don't mind if a man makes 60,000, but I need him to make 100. When a woman is telling a man what's not good enough for his life. Because if you want luxury and vacations and all that, you go do that. Unless you're willing to take and come and be a partnership and say, hey, baby, it's one thing to say, what can you do for me? And it's nothing to say, what can we do for each other? And a lot of women don't come into it with that. Okay, I make 80, you make 70, let's bust this move. I'll make this. They're saying, well, I'll make this.
See, that's the problem. Too many men want to spend all their energy trying to go 50-50 with their girl, or trying to get their girl to just do half of the work. I'm not saying I'm finna pay all the bills, but at the same time, I need the woman to play her role. I don't need her to do half of all the stuff. I just need you to play your role. There's a role that needs to be played. And it's not about money. It's not about having a backup plan.
That's why you got ate up like that, because
there's something called birth control. There's responsibility.
So that's what.
If we're speaking about me specifically, birth control is a thing. That's where I do it. To be around.
Hold on,
more so resources, because he didn't give a direct number. Don't forget that.
Right.
Now carry on.
So without
I really want to stay out of this.
But
type
you did
shit.
say
But you did say
I'm
that,
having
twin.
sex irresponsibly.
I said that I was having raw sex with a woman on birth control. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong.
You're wrong.
That's hell.
Infused, because y'all talking about money is attached to this irresponsible sex, and that's why you need to be having money if you're going to do sex.
Without the money is irresponsible sex.
More so resources, because he didn't give a direct number. Don't forget that.
Right.
Now carry on.
So
You
without
have to
the
be resourceful, have resources, or have money.
See, a 9-to-5 man may or may not be resourceful, but an entrepreneur is resourceful because he's an entrepreneur. So when you look at a 9-to-5 man and say, is a 9-to-5 man more assertive or less assertive? In most cases, he's less assertive than entrepreneurs, because he's not in situations where he has to be assertive. Now, can a man be assertive or more assertive as a 9-to-5? Yes. But the average man who works a 9-to-5, he goes in and clocks in and just does what somebody tells them what to do. And there's nothing wrong with that. But where is the assertiveness coming in at if that's the case? And like I said earlier, a woman wants to know, if everything falls apart, can she look to you for guidance? And the only thing you can do is go put out some resumes online and just sit there and wait for somebody to call you. That's not resourceful. That's not really resourceful. So that's kind of like what I'm saying when it comes to the aspect of a 9-to-5 man versus an entrepreneur.
Be locked in.
Yes, I'm good.
Okay, so then he's not irresponsible. If that's
what I've been trying to tell y'all for the past 45 minutes.
You didn't say nothing about that though.
No, because when I start a
Nothing about
sentence,
that, though.
no.
You said you were broke.
Okay, go ahead.
He didn't say he was broke. What he didn't say that he just, because you should have said that. That's why you got ate up like that, because you came from a trajectory of me and my partner, because you did say I do have irresponsible sex.
If y'all was eating up something that wasn't true.
You said you
But no,
were
that's
broke.
because you just cleared it up.
I didn't get to say it.
You're sleeping with your partner
Yes.
that's on birth control, but with
Yes.
no other form of a contraceptive.
And
So
being
what's
broke.
T? And that's why we started butting heads like that. You ain't saying nothing about being resourceful. When he was talking about resources, you didn't chime in and say,
When I said when somebody has a big ass house, you was looking at me like I was crazy. When I said being resourceful, you was looking at me like I was crazy.
How was I looking at you was crazy?
I'm joking, man.
I'm listening to
Look.
you. Is it fair to expect financial equality in relationships?
Yes, because niggas be broke.
You know what?
What?
I know.
None of y'all have money. Y'all don't have no money. So what do you mean?
Wait, what?
See, women don't be having no money. Right there. Women don't be having no money. So for you guys who's like, yo, man, you know, if something go wrong with me, my girl will take care of it. No, the hell she ain't. No, the hell she ain't. She gonna be looking at you like you crazy.
Want to find a partner that if you were to fall short, she can pick up the slack. Why are you going to find somebody that now becomes a liability?
But I think
if I'm fucked up, we fucked up.
That's a broke nigga mentality, though.
Right.
I think that's a broke nigga mentality to be like, okay, cool. If I lose it all, I'm gonna fuck with a woman who, if I do lose it all, she can carry. That's not the mentality.
Right. Two things. One, y'all broke. Women, black women.
All of us.
Yeah, y'all just have y'all just got a bunch of degrees and y'all nails look nice. Problem is, we as men have to have the resources, the money, and be resourceful because we ain't got nobody to hold us down. All this lying to ourselves, talking about, oh, my woman gonna hold me down. No, she not.
Do you agree with that?
I don't think that's it.
You wouldn't want to find a partner that can equally hold you down?
She can't.
No.
That's like the best case scenario. Don't get me wrong, but we ain't banking on that at all. We ain't banking on that at all. As a man, you gotta have all your shit in order, all your bases covered. It gotta be bulletproof for you to even be into dating.
So you feel like it's a lot rare to meet a woman that will actually, you feel me, be able to hold you down if it came down to it.
It ain't rare.
It doesn't matter at all.
It don't matter.
Like,
You just don't look at it that way.
I'll take a woman fresh out of Walmart. I don't care because all y'all broke. So what's the difference between? See, the thing about the chick at Walmart versus the independent woman that's on TikTok talking about I'm an independent because she has driving Mercedes. One got a whole bunch of student debt and they Mercedes about to go repo, and the girl in Walmart ain't got no debt, and they both are as broke. Actually, the woman with the degrees she's negative broke. Because she got all this debt. So I'm not into one of these independent women who got all this damn debt trying to act like they got money. None of y'all have any money.
So when does a financial conversation come up?
When y'all start having who's gonna live who where, like, do you want to live together? You want kids or whatever, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So, because at the end of the day, if I meet a woman and we just like each other, it's never going to come up. But once we start having those conversations like, yo, I can see
myself
you being a part of my life.
Okay.
Would you move to my city or would I move to your city? How would that look?
But she will always have a job. What do you mean, but she will always have a job? What they got to do with anything? What you mean? What if she ain't got no job either? Like, what do you mean? See, her income don't matter. It's about him. If something goes wrong with him, he has to be able to make sure things still stay afloat.
When you start having those thoughts,
regardless if she got a job or not,
and conversations about, I want to build a life with you, that's when, well, do you got the money funds to hold me and, my little man and little Shay Shay?
Little
So does that have to be at yours or below yours or above yours? Like, how important is, like, her? What does her answer have to be to you?
Yeah.
For you to be like, yeah, okay, cool, we can move forward.
Well, with me, I don't care.
Throw out a hypothetical number for yourself, not a real one. Hypothetical number for yourself, and then put a number where she got to be at.
I need her to be resourceful and not have a lot of money. It's not really about money and income, so whatever. It's about her mindset.
You've been screaming this person broke, this person not broke for the past 35 minutes.
I've been
And the moment we ask this nigga some real shit.
So
can you answer the question?
My answer to the question is all of them are broke. So it makes no sense for me to sit here and say.
So what I'm trying to let them know is that all women are broke. And if you have the understanding that all women are broke, that means there's nobody coming to save you, man, sir. Nobody's coming to save you. So as a man, you have to be resourceful. So you and your little job, that's cool, but do you have something to back that job up if you lose it? And if you don't, your woman is going to be looking at you like you stupid. And it goes back to what the woman is saying in the video. That's why she feels like 9 to 5 men can't tell her shit, because all a 9 to 5 man just, without context, of course, is a job. That doesn't mean he has a resource. That doesn't mean he's resourceful.
Can't deal with me.
Oh,
9 to 5 can't deal with me.
Oh,
Why do you say that?
I need somebody to be like, yo, sit down and shut up for a second.
I'm gonna ask a girl, please.
Please.
Do you think a man can tell his girl to sit down and shut up if she paying all the bills because you lost your job? No. If you lose your job as a man and now she paying all the bills and you tell her to sit down and shut up, she gonna look at like you. She gonna, nigga, I pay all the bills. Who you talking to? Who you talking to? And she's gonna be right.
Have some money.
You can't find a woman that makes more money than you.
She's probably gonna be fat.
I ought to flick the lens out your glasses. You a lie.
The only chick who make more money than me be fat. One of them big shouldered, strong looking women.
Because the resourcefulness,
big-headed women,
it sounds sweet.
Big-headed women make more money than me.
Your head big.
But I know I'm a man. But the women with the little heads, like you got a little head. So most likely you make less money than me.
So when your head little, you poor. Remember that. Save that for future references.
The thick-shouldered, big-headed women,
they make the most
money.
So
money.
what's the number, though? If a woman were to come to you and be like, yo, this is the conversation, blah, 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 what number would you want her to be at?
Like I said, I need to know what her credit score is and not how much money she makes.
Screaming this person broke, this person not broke for the past 35 minutes. And the moment we ask this nigga some real shit. Can you answer the question?
My answer to the question is all of them are broke. So there's no.
All of y'all are broke. All of y'all are broke. Or either y'all are negative broke. Because if you got school debt and you ain't got no money, you're negative broke.
It makes no sense for me to sit here and say you have some money.
You can't find a woman that makes more money than you.
She's probably gonna be fat.
I ought to flick the lens out your glasses. You a lie.
The only chick who make more money than me be fat. One of them big shouldered, strong looking women.
Resourcefulness,
big-headed women,
sounds sweet.
Big-headed women make more money than me.
Your head big.
But I know I'm a man. But the women with the little heads, like you got a little head. So most likely you make less money than me.
So when your head little, you poor. Remember that. Save that for future references.
The thick-shouldered, big-headed women.
Women with little heads are usually broke.
Make the most
they
money.
Make the most money.
So what's the number, though? If a woman were to come to you and be like, yo, this is the conversation, blah, 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 what number would you want her to be at?
Like I said, I need to know what her credit score is and not how much money she makes.
What's a good credit score?
720. It ain't got to be nothing crazy. You know what I'm saying? So
and to you, that equates to that resourcefulness.
Right. Because I got to look at her spending habits and I got to look at her behavior, spending behavior. So the thing about it is I don't need her money. I need her behavior to be right. You feel me? Okay. Because I'm not saying I'm going to have all the money and pay all the bills, whatever. But whatever it is that she does, is she's receptive to what I'm doing.
And the thing about it is she has to be receptive to what you're doing. But what are you doing? Everybody hit the like button. Everybody hit the like button. What are you doing? It's okay to have a job. Yes, 9 to 5 men are the backbone of society. I'm not going against that. But all I'm saying is if the only way that you can pay your bills is somebody hiring you, there could be a problem in the future. I'll say it again. If the only thing that you have to live off of is somebody else giving you a job, you may have some problems in the future. Because like I said, in 2008, I had a 9-to-5 job and I couldn't find no goddamn job when I got fired. So new chapter, yes, 9-to-5 men, blah, whatever. Yes, it's cool. But at the end of the day, if you don't have any hustle in you, you are going to end up in a bad situation at some point in your life. And that's all I'm saying. Society is moving away from 9-to-5 jobs. And if you don't find some type of hustle on the side or whatever, you're going to find yourself in a bad situation and your lady going to leave you or she ain't going to respect you. Because I've been in a situation where there was no jobs.
Me leading her, money ain't going to be an issue because
And what is a 9-to-5 man without a job? What is a 9-to-5 man without a job? I want y'all to answer that question. What is a 9-to-5 man without a 9-to-5 job? What is he? And in this day and age, this modern age, women be worried about that. Women are worried about a 9-to-5 man without a 9-to-5 job. Because you already know a lot of people are 2 paychecks away from being goddamn homeless. A lot of people, or most people, are 2 paychecks away from being homeless. But if you are a 9-to-5 man that has a side business, you're a 9-to-5 man and you are totally okay with getting in your car and driving for Uber, cool. If you're a 9-to-5 man and you have an ability, or you get on, a lot of people on YouTube are 9-to-5 people, and YouTube is their side hustle. At least they got time to build an audience. They got time to build a platform while they got a job. So if they turn around and lose their job, now they got a platform that can possibly, step in place of the job that they just lost. But at the end of the day, if all you got is a job, your life is literally contingent on another man. That's all I'm saying.
I can actually put her on my payroll, and you can just put out emails, or you can send out card games and shit. So I ain't got to do all that shit. You know what I'm saying?
So let me back this out up a little bit. And everybody isn't like me, so it's okay. We're not talking about that.
What I'm doing and me leading her, money ain't gonna be an issue because I can actually put her on my payroll, and you can just put out emails, or you can send out card games and shit. So I ain't got to do all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Because I got a business already. I work from home. So the thing about it is, her job could be actually in my way. So her means of income could be in the way of what I need her to do.
Yikes. All right, so I hear you.
So it's up here.
In terms of the money, in terms of the resources. So then let me ask you another question. Do you feel like love can outweigh financial stability?
No, because love is a choice. So I have to make a choice to love a woman, and because me making that choice, all the other things have to be intact.
So how do we define? So okay.
So in other words, if love is a choice, I have to look at how much money the woman's making, or what her mindset is, or like, how is this woman going to fit in my life for me to actually make the choice to love her. So love is not going to be over her abilities, because if she don't have those abilities, I'm not going to ever make the choice to love her.
Okay, I'll let you finish. I see where you're going.
Yeah, so I got to look at a woman like, yo, I really want this woman to be a part of my life because of this, and this, and this. You know what I'm saying?
Wouldn't the this, and this, wouldn't that financially be one of those things?
Like I said, all of them broke. So it's a fallacy. So worrying about.
So is that your mindset going into women? It's like, you know what, I'm gonna look at her as she's broke and I'm gonna just go by my.
Yes, and if she's not broke or if she's this and that, it's a bonus. You see how that works? It's kind of like seeing a woman with a fat ass. If she got good coochie, that's a bonus. It's kind of like that.
Okay, so you look at it as just like an addition.
It's an addition. So the money.
Yes or no?
So if she has money, that's an addition. But I don't expect her to have money because I can't see it. So income ain't going to matter. It's going to be her mindset.
Hold on. Leticia says, I do not agree with that statement that love is a choice. What is love if it's not a choice? I'm confused. How is love not a choice? Leticia or anybody else, can you elaborate on your statement saying you don't agree with that statement? Love is a choice. Love is a choice. How is it not a choice? I choose to love this woman because of this, and this. And then I'll make a choice. Love is a feeling. Okay, that's a choice. Love is a choice. What are you talking about? I think commitment to a person is a choice. Love is a choice. All of it is a choice. What are you talking about? It's a choice. You make a choice to love a person.
She operate within my system? And does she have bad habits as far as spending?
So could y'all deal with somebody that makes significantly more money than y'all?
Absolutely.
What do y'all think I'm going to say to this? What do y'all think I'm going to say to this? Let me back it up.
My system. And does she have bad habits as far as spending?
So could y'all deal with somebody that makes significantly more money than y'all?
What do y'all think I'm going to say to this question? What do y'all think I'm going to say to this question? Can I be with a woman that makes substantially more money than me? What do you think I would say? Tammy said, I'm confused now. What are you confused about, Tammy? What are you confused about, Tammy? Love is a choice. You choose to love somebody. Your heart will want a person when you choose not to want them, and then you don't be with them. What are you talking about? Are y'all like, I don't understand. Are y'all well, I always say women are children, and y'all kind of like proving my point. So I'm trying to get an understanding of what y'all are saying in the chat. Love is a choice, period. I make a choice to love you because of your tangibles and your intangibles. And then that's it. Ask the question again. Okay, hold on. Somebody wants me to ask the question again. Oh, this question. Sorry.
So you look at it as just like an addition.
It's an addition. So the money.
Yes or no?
So
still feel comfortable like within your own.
It's going to matter. It's going to be her mindset. Can she operate within my system? And does she have bad habits as far as spending?
So could y'all deal with somebody that makes significantly more money than y'all?
That's the question. I'll play it one more time.
My system. And does she have bad habits as far as spending?
So could y'all deal with somebody that makes significantly more money than y'all?
What do y'all think I'm going to say? Yes or no? What do y'all think I'm going to say in this video? Do y'all think I'm going to say yes or no? Can I be with a woman that makes significantly more money than me or the other guy? What do y'all think I'm going to say? Okay, Tabitha says yes. Am I going to say yes or no, y'all? Do you think I could be with a woman that makes substantially more money than me? Yes or no? Okay. Leticia said I would say no. Okay. Anybody else before I play it? Yes. All right, let's see.
Absolutely. Yeah. I don't have an insecurity.
And you still feel comfortable like within your own masculinity. What about you, Glasses?
Yes.
He lying. He lying. This nigga talks so much about money. There ain't no way you meet no woman who makes more money.
I literally said money doesn't matter.
You gotta have a big head and broad shoulders.
But this is what you said though. You said that you'll pull a woman out of Walmart and you'll put her on your payroll. What are you doing with a woman who makes double the money that you make, has a stricter schedule than you, how do you go about pursuing that?
Now you got to
woman?
fit her mold. Like how you said a woman has to fit your
Can she
mold.
put you on her payroll?
This is the way I look at it. Her money doesn't matter whether it's more money or less money. You see how the systematic mindset works? You can't back me in a corner because I said what I said. Money doesn't matter. So she makes a whole lot of money, right? It doesn't necessarily matter because you still gonna sit down, you still gonna, do because you still gonna allow me to lead you. Now you can run your business how you want to run it, but I'm still gonna be your man or your husband. You feel me?
Do you really believe that though? That a woman could deal with you and make significantly more money than you and still value you and allow you to be a leader?
Because the point that you made was the Walmart analogy. You said this woman is coming out of Walmart, her credit got to be cool, whatever the case may be.
Watch how I tear their asses up. Watch this. Watch how I tear their asses up right here.
And you'll look at that and be like, you know what, money don't mean shit. I'll put her on her payroll. Her job may actually be affecting my motion. Now you meet a woman who has motion for herself, a schedule that she has to stick to, a bag that she has to make, and people that she got to take care of. How does she follow your leadership if she's that?
Here's the problem. You said she has a lot of motion. That ain't the issue. It's about her emotions. That's the actual problem. She's still gonna spaz the fuck out every now and then. She still is going to be upset about whatever's going on in her business. She's still going to have a toxic mother that keeps being condescending to her every time she gets on the phone. She's still going to have all these issues with her cousin, her sister, and all these other people begging for money because she's the only person in the family that don't made it or got a college degree. So she's still going to be dealing with all of these issues and emotions outside of the income. And that's when I'm going to be there to
step in and lead.
Regulate her and make sure she's okay and make her feel
Do y'all hear this shit?
safe, and to let her know out of all these people that keep fucking with her, I'm the person that's going to be
the safe space.
The safe space. You feel me?
You heard him. That was his Superman. That
you can't back me in a corner because I said what I said. Money doesn't matter. So she makes a whole lot of money, right? It doesn't necessarily matter because you still gonna sit down, you still gonna, do because you still gonna allow me to lead you. Now you can run your business how you want to run it, but I'm still gonna be your man or your husband. You feel me?
Do you really believe that though? That a woman could deal with you and make significantly more money than you and still value you? And
So the bottom line is, if I'm in a relationship with a woman and she makes substantially more money than I do, I'm still going to be able to tell her to sit her ass down, like in this video right here.
Deal with me.
Oh shit.
Because just like this woman right here saying,
9 to 5 can't deal with me.
Oh shit.
Why do you say that?
I need somebody to be like, yo, sit down and shut up for a second.
I'm gonna ask some girl, please.
Please?
Like,
But you don't think 9 to 5 guys can be like assertive?
I personally won't take you seriously.
Just because he's a 9 to 5?
Yeah.
But what if he's an ex-con that now works a 9 to 5?
If you're like hood affiliated, I'll listen.
Honestly, you know what you're looking for. You're not gonna be like, oh, okay, maybe I could deal with a 9 to 5 dude, and then you're just having a boring Monday to Friday, and you're like,
it's not even about boring, because like I'm a boring person. I like boring a lot.
Girl, it don't sound like you like boring.
I like boring a lot. I like boring a lot. I gotta know that you've been through something. I'm not
you like assertive?
damn, that right there. I gotta know that you've been through something.
I gotta know that you've been through something. I'm not trying to like diss the 9 to 5s at all.
No,
like,
this is just you.
This is me. This is my preference. Like I just like a to be rough.
What if he works a 9 to 5, but he's a crash out?
9 to 5 with an anger issue?
He's a good guy, but he's a regular guy. He just has some things going on in his head that'll send him to jail.
I don't want to deal with the things going on.
He's fighting demons.
I don't want no fighting demons. I'm too old for that. She's like, girl, I'm not following.
Okay.
See, so if a woman makes more money than I make, none of that is going to matter. Because just like she said, you have to be the type of dude that can tell me to sit my ass down, and I'll sit my ass down. It's not even about money. It's about mentality. When she said 9 to 5, it wasn't about an amount of money. It was about a mentality. A 9 to 5 worker has a different mentality than an entrepreneurial person. It's a different mentality.
Because the point that you made was the Walmart analogy. You said this woman is coming out of Walmart, her credit got to be cool, whatever the case may be. And you'll look at that and be like, you know what, money don't mean shit. I'll put her on her payroll. Her job may actually be affecting my motion. Now you meet a woman who has motion for herself, a schedule that she has to stick to, a bag that she has to make, and people that she.
How about we meet up at a coffee shop and play this fun dating card game? We'll have fun and see if we're compatible all at the same time.
Ooh, what's the name of the game?
It's called Deeper Discussions.
I'm down.
Okay, meet you at 6.
Fellas, buy this card game. Ladies, buy this card game. Buy about 2 or 3 card games. The main reason why people can't stay together isn't because they don't like each other no more. It's actually because their present family issues come up or their past family issues come up. But when you play Deeper Discussions, you'll be able to understand a person's family issues up front.
This game can be played with either 2 people or an entire group. So have fun.
Question number 1. Name a time when money was the main factor why a relationship went bad.
Deeper Discussions Dating Edition. Again, these cards are good for vetting a potential boyfriend,
Candidate.
a potential girlfriend, a potential husband, a potential wife. The texture of these cards are so soft and silky, by the way. Like
They ain't gonna get
really
wore out.
durable.
A dating card game for introverts who have a hard time asking the much needed compatibility questions. Deeper Discussions, the card game.
How does she follow your leadership if she's
Well, here's the problem. You said she has a lot of emotion. That ain't the issue. It's about her emotions. That's the actual problem. She's still gonna spaz the fuck out every now and then. She still is gonna be upset about whatever's going on in her business. She's still gonna have a toxic mother that keeps being condescending to her every time she gets on the phone. She's still gonna have all these issues with her cousin, her sister, and all these other people begging for money because she's the only person in the family that don't made it or got a college degree. So she's still gonna be dealing with all of these issues and emotions
And that's where you
outside of the.
She still gonna have to deal with her drug addict brother stealing money from her, taking her car. Women have all kinds of crazy shit because they're usually so close to their family where they're still stuck in the turmoil that they grew up under in their family.
Income, and that's when I'm going to be there to
step in and lead.
regulate her and make sure she's okay and make her feel safe and to let her know out of all these people that keep fucking with her, I'm the person that's going to be
the safe space.
The safe space. You feel me?
You heard him. That
Is not looking for
And it goes back to this, y'all.
a woman is not looking for a lover. She's looking for a father.
She's looking for a man that has the ability to regulate her emotions when she gets out of control.
You are your wife's father. All the way back in Abraham time, even today. When you get married, you stand at the altar. She's coming down the aisle with her father. So the 2 fathers in the house. One waiting and one bringing. The father who bringing, he gonna soon release it to another father. So the Bible says a man leaves his father. But it never says a woman leaves. A woman never leaves. Read the Bible. The woman never leaves her father. Why? Because she just changes fathers. He turns her over to you and says, pick up where I left off, son. You are the father of your wife.
So I say, I'm just saying. That's all I'm saying right there, y'all.
at that. He was prepping that. Yeah.
I'm very good at this.
I like that. Okay, you ate.
Look, he mad. He like, fuck. Shit. Thought I had him.
I'm not trying to get you in anything, bro. I'm not. I'm not trying to get y'all. I'm not trying to fight with y'all. I'm not trying to fight with y'all.
Yeah, lifestyle is a very important part. But I'm kind of remembering what you're saying. It's important for us to look at the intrinsic value of a person also, because like I said, a lot of the things that we buy and spend our money on, the coping mechanisms.
And it be bullshit.
You get what I'm saying? We spend a lot of money on clothes or buy an expensive car in order for us to feel good about ourselves. You feel me? So you got to look at why they broke, or either why they got all these bills, and because all of y'all got these little Mercedes and none of y'all have no damn money. That's where the money's going. Because you're already essentially broke, and then you got a Mercedes, you broke.
Yeah, no, I own my
So it's the intrinsic value of the woman. If you have, because y'all ever heard of a woman who's just like, she'll wear a $9 dress and she looking great, and she goes to Kohl's and gets a nice little outfit.
That is odd.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Or a woman that actually, she says, you know what? We ain't gotta do this and do that. Let's just do this. You feel me? That right there is more important to me than all this other stuff.
Like a comfortable lifestyle is more important than like a flashy one. Yeah.
But so we do go out of the country. We do this. It'd be like a bonus because you don't want to build or base a relationship over all these frills. Because I've been married. I got kids. I understand how it looks and what it takes to actually maintain a household on a daily basis. And it ain't got nothing to do with all this frilly shit.
Does all this make sense? It's not registering properly in my brain. Okay. I'm not here to make anybody think a different way. That's why, look, Tabitha said, that's why women are broke. Right. Because women love buying stupid shit. So if you turn around and you're just out here by yourself, guess what? All you're going to do is keep running around buying stupid shit and buying wigs and all this dumb shit. And then that's why you broke.
Irresponsible. Hold on, time out. So if y'all, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong.
You're wrong.
Okay.
As hell.
If I'm in a relationship, so the situation that I'm in is I'm in a relationship with a woman. It's been like 3-4 years. She's been on this. She's been on this birth control. I've went 4 years doing this process and never had a slip up. So am I irresponsible?
No, she never had a slip up.
Exactly.
You are
But you're
depending
still
on a
irresponsible.
woman to make your life better because all she has to do is say, you know what? I'm ready for a baby. And guess what?
I could agree with that point. I could agree with that point, yes.
You're going to make her a single mother because your ass ain't going to marry her.
So do you think that...
you would have married her. Niggas be broke. So if you broke, fuck a value. If you make a baby, your ass is going to be looking crazy and she going to be looking crazy and she going to be a single mother.
What he is trying to portray to you is you're basically giving her all the power. The moment that you decided to go in there raw and you're just going off of y'all values and her verbal communication of I'm on birth control, your power is gone. That young lady can make whatever decision by herself without consulting you, and now you is a daddy.
She's essentially your mother.
I'm so confused. I ain't gonna lie. I don't even know what's going on.
It's the slippery is why he's confused. I see where this is going. I understand it.
She's your mother.
But you kind of gotta control the narrative. You are giving her the power. Because I know plenty of bitches that be like, well, bump this pill or bump this shot and I'ma get him. He's gonna give me little Jimmy Jr.'s here now.
You know how emotional women are?
You are.
One day.
Look how he looking, y'all. He's so confused.
Pill or bump this shot and I'ma get him. He's gonna give me little Jimmy Jr.'s here now.
You know how emotional women are? You are? One day she doesn't want children, and next day she's like, ooh, my biological clock is ticking, and I'm not gonna tell him. I'm just gonna not take birth control.
Get him.
And then your ass gonna be looking crazy.
I'm confused because y'all talking about money is attached to this irresponsible sex, and that's why you need to be having money if you're gonna do sex.
Without the money, it's irresponsible sex. You
Without
have to be resourceful, have resources, or have money.
Me specifically, yes.
You will be prepared.
Yeah, I'm good.
Yes, I'm good.
And you will be locked in.
Yes, I'm good.
Okay, so then he's not irresponsible. If that's
what I've been trying to tell y'all for the past 45 minutes.
You didn't say nothing about that though.
No, because when I start a
sentence,
no.
You said you were broke.
Okay, go ahead. Let's start.
He didn't say he was broke. But he didn't say that he just, because you should have said that.
All right, y'all. Hopefully y'all got what I was saying in this video and in the video with the woman. So let me play a little something about over the weekend.
We're gonna go to the bridge. ATL, y'all gotta sing this shit. Can we bring it down? Come on, guys. Sing to me. Come on, Bob. Keep going. Strong in my faith with his finger. One time. Leading my life with his word. 2 times. Killing me softly with his song. Killing me softly.
A nigga like me, man, I love the game. I love the hustle, man. I be feeling like one of them ball-playing niggas, you know? Like Bird, Magic, or something. Yeah, you know, a nigga got dough. A nigga could leave the league. But if I leave, the fans still gonna love me, man? I get love out here in Harlem, man. That's my gift in life, eh?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, excellent!
This is the block. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm out here. We slinging cards. I'm on the block right here. Let's go. Like, we slinging cards. You know, this is my competition. We're on the block. There's all niggas over there. This is my life. From the corners to the tables.
On the corner to at the table.
How have I been selling the cards?
Oh, he's been using people's thirst.
So I got the water. People are like, oh, shit, let me get a water. No. No. Buy a card game. Buy a book. Hopefully I won't get copyright struck from this music. So I'm just going to do this.
Good right now. ATL, y'all say what's up, nephew? All right, we about to represent. Marky G, you got it? Yes, sir. ATL, you brought your college application. Say hell yeah. Say hell yeah. ATL, you graduated from my HBCU. Make some noise. ATL, y'all really this shit, so we ain't got no instruction.
Yeah, we was lit this weekend. We was lit. Yeah. So right here, I'm next to Cheyenne Bryant. Right here, Cheyenne Bryant. And I had to hustle because I had a celebrity with a table right next to me. Yes. And I would say I sold out of, I would say half of this inventory you watching. This inventory right now, you looking at, I sold out half. I sold half. How have I been selling the cards?
Oh, he's been using people's thirst.
So I got the water. Yeah, I sold about half of this, half of all this inventory. Let me get a water. No. Buy a card game. But yeah. That was a great weekend. We had fun, but when it comes to being a 9-to-5er, whether you're a man or a woman, the way the world is going, it will behoove everybody to dip their toe into the entrepreneurial world, at least to have a backup. Because if you lose your job, especially if you're a man, your woman is not just gonna, oh, I got the slack. No, she's gonna be looking at you like, so what we gonna do? And if you are a 9-to-5 person and you go out in the market and nobody's hiring, what are you gonna do? See, I can go get a job. I can go drive for Uber. I go drive for Uber Black. I can just do whatever. Yes, new chapter. You got to be versatile. So yeah, you could be, have a good job and make $200,000 a year. But if you lose that job and you go out in the market looking for a job and you make $200,000 a year, you like, you know what? I just need to make $100,000 a year. I just need a job. You know what they're going to say? They're going to look at your damn resume and say, you are overqualified. Am I right or wrong? If you are a man and you make $200,000 a year at his good ass job and you lose a job, it's a very good possibility that your next job ain't even going to want you because they're going to say you're overqualified. I can't afford to pay you that. We can only pay $120,000. You're going to be like, no, that's fine. No, you're overqualified. No. You're like, what are you talking about? But if you had some entrepreneurial blood in your system, you can take whatever skills you learn from that job and go out in these streets and make it work. And that's all I'm saying. It's nothing wrong with a 9-to-5 worker. But in this world that we're in right now, nothing, absolutely nothing is for certain. And then she's not a good woman. Look, man, all of y'all are broke. And I'm just being facetious, but ain't nobody worrying about trying to get no woman to pay their damn bills. Women ain't got no goddamn money. Women don't have money. Women don't have money, okay? Y'all don't have no money. Y'all got all these goddamn debt. Y'all got all these stupid ass habits. Y'all having Amazon drop something at your damn door every 3 days. Y'all ain't got no damn money. Talking about she gonna pick up the slack. No, the hell she ain't. She gonna be looking at you like you stupid because she ain't got no money. And if she do got some money, she's spending it all on stupid shit. So now she got to spend all of her money on the bills instead of stupid shit. She's going to resent you because she wants to keep spending her money on stupid shit and not the damn bills. So if she did have some money, she's still going to be mad because she can't buy stupid shit now with the money. Now she got to be responsible. Women aren't responsible. Women are children. So, hey, it is what it is. But make sure to hit the link and buy my card game if you have not already bought. Hold on. And I'm going to drop the StreamYard link in the chat if anybody wants to come up and share their opinion. I'm dropping the StreamYard link in the chat if anybody wants to come up. Excuse me. So I dropped the StreamYard link if anybody wants to come up. So I'm going to play this video, and if anybody wants to come up, hit the link, and then we can talk.
Water for the trip.
Yeah, I got you.
Where's my music?
All right, this is the typical relationship right here. Check this out.
And babe, can you get extra water for the trip?
Yeah, I got you.
Where's my music not playing?
All right, we got water.
4 years of my life wasted. You were just a waste of time. You got caught. That's why you're quiet, because you got caught. Who is Morgan? You got a girl's name in your Bluetooth, so obviously Morgan was in this car. Go ahead, talk. I'm really curious how you're going to explain this one.
This is a rental car. So I'm assuming Morgan is the last person who drove it.
But this is the type of shit that I'm talking about. Women think like this on a normal basis. You want to add not having a job onto that? Women already be spazzing out on about dumb shit, buying dumb shit. If your ass ain't got no job and ain't nobody hiring, how you think she gonna respond when you ain't got no job? You gonna feel it? She gonna talk shit to you even worse.
Yeah, I got you.
Why's my music not playing?
This is women. This is what women do.
All right, we got water.
But this is how she acts when he has a job, when everything is going good. But imagine what she would have said to him if he didn't have a job and was looking for a job. Imagine what she would have said.
4 years of my life wasted. You were just a waste of time.
This is when everything is good.
You got caught. That's why you're quiet, because you got caught. Who is Morgan? You got a girl's name in your Bluetooth, so obviously Morgan was in this car. Go ahead.
So this is one of those situations where if you got a job, if you are an entrepreneur, if you got, some resources, you're going to be like, ma'am, sit your dumb ass down and shut up.
Go ahead, talk. I'm really curious how you're going to explain this one.
This is a rental car. So I'm assuming Morgan is the last person who drove it.
What is it? You got me chocolate.
Yep, your favorite.
I love chocolate.
I know.
Imagine if this guy didn't have a job and nobody was hiring.
Girls love chocolate.
Wait, how do you know what girls love chocolate?
It's just a thing.
Have you bought another girl chocolate?
It's not what I was insinuating when I said about
But have you bought another girl chocolate?
No, that's not what I was trying to say.
But have you bought another girl?
Yes, I probably bought another girl chocolate. What? I've dated in the past.
Okay, I don't want anything that you bought for another woman, Gus.
Close the door. We gotta talk.
Babe, get in the car. I was joking.
You wanna be with other bitches, right?
No, I was joking.
Go do cardio with that other bitch.
Get in.
No.
Open the safe or I'll take your life.
I don't have a life.
Really?
I'm married.
I throw out toilet paper so I can go to the store and buy more. Just so I can be alone for a couple minutes.
How was your day? It's good.
Good.
I woke up and went to work. And my manager, she's such a bitch. Lunchtime, ice lemon.
And she hit me with the, when I tell you I feel, acknowledge how I feel.
See someone getting crushed by weights at the gym. You're like, let me help you. And they're like, no, just acknowledge I'm getting crushed by weights. You're like, no, let me lift the weights
Let
up.
me lift the weight off you.
No, just look at me and be like, man, that
my
must be so
God.
heavy for you right now.
And they're like, thank you so much, while their arms are shaking.
My manager, she's such a bitch.
So this is how women are. And you actually think, yo, dysfunctional ass woman want to pay all the bills because your ass can't find a job? You better find a goddamn hustle. Because your job isn't the end all be all. You are. So with all that being said, talk to y'all later. I will probably come back tomorrow. I got some P. Diddy stuff I've been working on. So see y'all later. But as a man, like I said before, don't think for a second that your woman don't want you to tell her to sit her ass down sometimes. But you, before you say it, you need to look yourself in the mirror and ask yourself, who else do I have the ability to tell to sit the hell down? And if you don't have nobody else that you can tell to sit their asses down, you might want to shut the hell up. Because at the end of the day, guess what? She ain't going to respect you if nobody else respects you. So you got to find somebody else outside of your household that will respect you before your woman respects you. Because if not, you're going to be looking for, right?
Mm-hmm.
If for whatever reason you're next to me or we're out and you start talking and I'm like, hey, sit down. Are you going to sit down or you going to be like, who are you talking to?
I'm gonna sit my ass down.
I'm just saying. Women that I'm not in relationships with sit their asses down when I tell them to sit their ass down. I'm just saying. That's all I'm saying.
Will.
Okay, I did that. But
You will. You told me. Sit your ass down.
So So don't get mad when your woman looking at you like you crazy. You tell her sit your ass down somewhere. Go home and tell your woman, sit down, sit your ass down, and see what happens. And you'll realize what type of man she sees right then and there. But talk to y'all later. Have a good rest of your night.
We meet up at a coffee shop and play. Hey, how about we meet up at a coffee shop and play this fun dating card game? We'll have fun and see if we're compatible all at the same time.
Ooh, what's the name of the game?
It's called Deeper Discussions.
I'm down.
Okay, meet you at 6.
Fellas, buy this card game. Ladies, buy this card game. Buy about 2 or 3 card games. The main reason why people can't stay together isn't because they don't like each other no more. It's actually because their present family issues come up or their past family issues come up. But when you play Deeper Discussions, you'll be able to understand a person's family issues up front.
This game can be played with either 2 people or an entire group. So have fun.
Question number 1. Name a time when money was the main factor why a relationship went bad.
Deeper Discussions Dating Edition. Again, these cards are good for vetting a potential boyfriend, a potential girlfriend, a potential husband, a potential wife. The texture of these cards are so soft and silky, by the way. Like
they ain't gonna
really
get wore out.
Durable.
A dating card game for introverts who have a hard time asking the much needed compatibility questions. Deeper Discussions, the card game.